Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneurs Institute Live. This is the first show of 2021. And I am excited to be here with you. Welcome and welcome to our world. I want you to know that 2021 is going to be a different year, right? I want you to understand that this year we have so many plans to help entrepreneurs in so many ways, and tonight we're going to talk about all those plans. So I'm excited to be here. I am Cedrick LaFleur. I'm going to be the host, the MC tonight. And I'm with my partners, our fellow BEI co-founders, Ms. Angela Hooper-Menifield, Dr. Nicole Rankine, and Mr. Johnson. I should call him Dr. Damian Johnson, the baby deliverer. So are you guys ready to kick off 2021?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that didn't sound too well. Let me ask that again. You guys ready to kick off 2021?
I know I am. I'm totally excited. I have been waiting and anticipating the new year, and it's here. So I'm ready to just launch and get moving.
Well, awesome. So, Damian, what about you? Tell me, are you ready for 2021?
You know what, Cedrick? I took some time off towards the end of December just to level set and focus forward, sort of spend some time dreaming and thinking into what I want. And so, look, I'm not one of these people that, 2020 I know was rough for some people, but it was a great year for me. And I have even greater expectations for 2021. So am I ready? I was ready on January 1st. Trust me.
Awesome. And Angela, I know you're having some internet issues tonight, but are you ready for 2021? I think so. Hey, folks, we are excited to be here with you tonight. And let me tell you what, tonight we're going to talk about our outlook for 2021. So audience, I want you to sit back. I want you to relax, and I want you to just tune in but you need to be ready to run, folks. We're like lions and we're ready to run. Right. So I'm excited, but not because it's the new year. I'm excited because I'm here to witness the new year. Right. I'm excited not because 2020 was bad, but because I have another opportunity to be significant. I'm excited not because it's out with the old and in with the new, but because I love taking advantage of the present, folks. I'm excited not because 2020 had challenges. It did. But because I know I'm ready for those new challenges that are ahead. So because he said so, whoever your he is, for me is our Lord and Savior. He said so. I know that I can handle every challenge that comes my way every day, all day, and twice on Sunday. That's just the way it is. All right. So let's talk a little bit, and we're going to dive in to our vision for 2021. But let's talk about what is it you're excited about. And let's start with Damian. Tell us a little bit about what you're excited about. Just give the audience a little taste.
So Cedrick, I'm excited about a couple of things, and thanks for the question. It's a great one. But one of the things that I'm excited about is testing out new platforms and new technologies. I am really, really excited about that. I'm excited that, matter of fact, tomorrow I get to launch my first radio show on the IBGR network. It's going to be called Serving Up Sales, and I'm going live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about the plans that I have in place and the stretch that I'm going to go through. Because make no mistake, in order for me to get to the goals that I have, it means I have to stretch. I have to become a whole new version, a better, faster, stronger version of myself. So I'm excited about stepping outside of my comfort zone to be able to get to the goals that I have in mind for my business.
Awesome. So congratulations on the new radio show. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
So if you're looking for some sales help and you want to tune in to Damian, you said tomorrow at what time?
11 a.m. Eastern time.
11 a.m. Eastern time. Listen to Damian on IBGR. So Nicole, tell us, what are you excited about 2021?
Yeah, well, Cedric, I am overly excited. I don't know if I had another word, I would, but exciting is just like all I can do right now. It's just bubbling over. For me, I think I'm just excited for kind of the renewed outlook. After going through the year that we had and experience, we tough times, good times, bad times. There were a lot of things that happened in 2020, but we came through it and we are here. So I am coming through with greater faith, greater trust in God. And what it really showed me was just that possibilities are real and they are truly endless, and it's about the opportunity, seizing the moment. And even in the midst of low times, that the only limits out there is the one that I put on myself. So, I'm excited about a new year with no limits. Like it is going to be phenomenal. Today, one of my line sisters replied to one of my posts and she wrote something that stuck with me all day. And I've just been thinking about it. And it said that when you walk in vision, the victory will run towards you. When you walk in vision, the victory will run towards you. So today, I'm just excited about the victory of 2021. So I could go on, but yeah, I'm truly just ready, and it's just amazing things that are happening already. Starting off the year, I too have a radio show that's going to be launched on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on IBGR Radio. So that's exciting. So just starting the year off, making an impact and helping and serving and doing what I know that I've been created to do. It's word can't describe it.
Wow. Well, wait a minute. Let's stop the presses for a second. Did you say that you also have a radio show that you start?
Yes, I now have a radio show, Adulting in My Purpose. People who know me know that Dr. Nick love the kids. It's all about youth and youth development. So this show is really targeting our millennials and our young people who are aspiring to be business owners. So I have the pleasure and the honor to guide them and to share my own experiences and learn lessons, just help them in their process. So I'm excited about that.
Well, that is awesome. And, one of the things, congratulations on the show, folks. I mean, Dr. Nick. But one of the things I'm excited about as well, that Angela is in 2021 now.
We welcome you.
The struggle has been real, okay? This is what happens when you travel. This is what happens when you travel. I had to resort to the phone.
Hey, that's all right. We're
it work.
So one of the things, Angela, we're talking about is we're just kind of high level talking about what we're excited about 2021. So tell the audience what you're excited about this year.
Well, Cedric, it's interesting because I was actually able to hear you guys, even though I was frozen. But I'm excited for you all. We came together, as everybody knows, about a year ago exactly this time and had our first meeting. And when I look at all the things that have happened for each and every one of us, it just really makes me proud and excited. But the other thing I'm excited about is, because of when we started, we had 3 boot camps last year, right? But this year we have an opportunity to have 4. So that alone means we will have an opportunity to touch more lives this year and more businesses than we did last year. And I'm just really excited about that because I'm seeing the impact the work that we're doing is having on people, their businesses, their income, their confidence. It's transformational. And I'm just honored and privileged to be a part of this.
Well, that is awesome. We're glad that you're here as well. And thanks for everything that you're doing for us as well. So, folks, we have a theme for this year. And let me kind of roll out what our theme is. Our theme is 212, the extra degree. Now, I'm going to put that in the comments in just a second here. 212, the extra degree. Now, let me tell you what that means. See, at 211 degrees, water's hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. With boiling water comes steam. With steam, you can power a train. It's that one extra degree that makes all the difference in the world. So Every day this year, every hour this year, every minute this year, every second this year, we're challenging people to give that extra degree, that little extra in your business. See, making that one extra phone call on Friday could make all the difference in the world. Sending that one extra email late night could make all the difference in the world for your business. Reaching out to that one extra person could make the difference in your business this year. So we're challenging you to join us in our journey of being 212. And I'm gonna post that in the comments for you as well, so that you have that 212, the extra degree, right? 211 degrees, water's hot. 212 degrees, water boil. With boiling water comes steam. With steam, you can power a train. That's what we're going to be challenging everybody with this year, right now. So that's our theme for this year, and we're going to march to that. Angela, so tell us a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing for 2021.
So, that was such a great question, Cedrick. And I really wanted to think into, like, as you mentioned in the beginning of the show, right? What had been 2020? So some of the trends that we're seeing specifically with small businesses and entrepreneurship is one that people and businesses are taking more of a stand actually and using business to impact social justice and equity issues. Like, it's no longer taboo to really honor that and speak into that, but also use it as a mechanism to create goods and services. And so both, even in corporate America, we're seeing an influx of that, but in small business and entrepreneurship, one of the trends we're going to definitely see in 2021 is the impact of that. The other is the mobility of businesses. So many businesses had to shift. When COVID hit, many organizations only thought the way that they could do business was in a person-to-person type venue. And what they had to find out is there were ways to pivot, ways to offer their services differently. And so now what's actually happened is a lot of businesses are reflecting and looking into what they did differently. Many are even asking, why hadn't we ever thought of this before, right?
Right.
And so as often as adversity can feel like, it's overwhelming, we also know, that's the mother of invention, right?
Right.
When people get boxed up or in a corner or something, adversely happens, they have to seek other ways to overcome. So we've seen resiliency in so many businesses. And so again, removing the walls from their businesses. And then another trend that studies say is going to happen in 2021 is understanding the impact of connection. I watched your show actually right before this show came on, and I love the interview you were having with the car dealership young lady, and I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, Kimberly Aiken. She's the daughter's owner.
Okay, but she talked about the value
owner's
of
daughter, rather.
Oh, okay. Well, she talked a lot about the value of connecting, and that's one of the things that studies show as well, that people are going to be more focused on how to build relationship, because the traditional ways we networked and we met people and we secured business has gone away, and that consumers don't want to be spammed. They don't want you just filling their inboxes anymore with a bunch of offers. And so I would say those three things, the social justice and equity issues are going to be a forefront, the removing the barriers of doors, so having a wider market and not just thinking local. And then that third one is understanding the value of connection and really in leadership in your organization, because it's a little bit more challenging to lead virtually than it is in person.
Yes. And folks, I want you, that was a great response, a great insight for our audience, Angela. I want you to stay tuned also, because I'm going to share some study data for especially people that are in the leadership development space. You don't want to miss this data. Okay. So, but we're not going to give it to you right now. because I don't want to. Nicole, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. It's the first show of the year. Forgive me.
That's
all
right. That's right.
So, Nicole, so what are some of the things young entrepreneurs,
Young people, yes. Well, Cedrick, that is one thing that I'm very passionate about is youth development. And, just like Angela said, a lot of times when we look at trends, we have to look at what was and as we're going into what is. So, even with the passions that we have, we see a lot of businesses are closing. I read that Yelp did a economy impact report, and it showed that nearly 98,000 businesses have permanently shut down during the pandemic. And then, of course, those numbers are specifically impacted with Black-owned businesses. So what we have seen is a shift in our young people and the way they're thinking about life. Millennials and our Gen Zers, they have grown up in what has been called the Great Recession. That means, they've seen firsthand about unemployment and underemployment, right? And so now they're kind of shifting their thought processes and attitudes towards, marriage and housing and car ownership and financial priorities, things that we have deemed like essential in life for our adulthood. They're kind of shifting that attitudes toward that, and now really focusing on becoming more stable financially. And so they're looking for a financial future. So we're seeing more young people going into entrepreneurship, right? So it's amazing. There was a report by Compare Camp that said that they did a survey, and over 50% of millennials and young people expressed that they want to start their own business in 2021. So we're seeing that shift, that even the ones that are still in the workforce, they're now seeing that, hey, I can create a life that I desire, because maybe this 9-to-5 is not fitting my mentality, not fitting the desires that I have in life. So I'm seeing now other ways. There are other ways that I can do and other ways that I can live. Entrepreneurship or self-employment is now becoming more of a sustainable idea in their minds of a way of living. So we're going to see more young people starting businesses, and of course they have the opportunity and advantage of technology that's providing valuable tools that we in past generations have not. So they have everything at their fingertip. So although we're seeing a lot, we're going to see an increase of youth entrepreneurs, but a lot of them, the report said that they want to start a business, but over 41% said that they are, because of the economy and how things are, they want to delay it because they're not sure of the stability. So that right there in itself just gave me the aha moment to know that I'm in doing what I'm doing to help them know that they can move forward. And, even in this economy, they can move forward with their dreams. They can move forward with the desires that they have. So we're going to see that increase in 2021. And, they're going to look for more creative ways to generate income, right? Another trend that we're going to see is more young people and business owners using their business, as Angela said, for more philanthropic endeavors. So they are looking for something that they can do that's bigger than themselves. They're wanting to be a part of life. They're wanting to make an impact, be significant. And so we're going to see businesses that are going to be devoted towards causes and different aspects of the desires, environmental change, homelessness, poverty, food insecurity. So we're seeing a lot of these young people that are gravitating to saying, I want to be a change agent for these causes, and they're developing businesses to meet the needs. So there are many young people that have passions and causes, really, even more than I see mature adults do. So it's amazing how we're going to see the rise of young people in their businesses doing great things. And we've had many young people in the past on our show who are doing young, Lexi P with Curlinista, who is helping young people with self-image and self-esteem. Temple with her STEM girl swag, encouraging science education. Michael Platt using his baked goods to help the mission that he wants to eradicate food security. So we have so many young people that are doing such amazing things. So watch out, 2021. It's the year of the young people. Our millennials, our Gen Zers are taking over entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. That's outstanding. And it's good to see that entrepreneurs are, youth, young entrepreneurs. I just can't say that word. Young entrepreneurs. Forgive me, I'm from Louisiana. We're a little bit slower than everybody else. So.
Hey, Cedric, before you go to Damian, I just wanted to add, it's so interesting how Nicole and I both have the similar points. And another article I read, and also, of course, when we look at minorities, we look at women too. It said the same thing about women businesses, right? That so many women in corporate America, because of COVID, the need to have the flexibility, that entrepreneurship is expected to increase with women business owners. And that a recent survey, I want to say it was in Forbes, that said like 40% of women said if they could, they would definitely leave their job for entrepreneurship now because of all the things that have happened in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is amazing. So, Damian, the women have really, drove home the point on the show today, right? So now we gotta see what you're gonna be able to bring, and you're gonna be able to live up to the goods, right?
I'm gonna bring my A game, Cedric. I can't let them beat me out.
So, what are a couple things that entrepreneurs should be doing to get started on the right foot right now in 2021?
That's really a fantastic question, Cedric. Here's what I would say. 2020 has been the year of the curveball. Like when we started off 2020, everyone had great expectations about what would come. And then by March, when COVID hit, all of that went out the window. And so what we saw is that the businesses that were able to make the shift and make the pivot and embrace change quickly, those are the ones that not only survived COVID, but also thrived. So the first thing that I would say that entrepreneurs need to do in 2021 to get ready is that they've got to embrace change. Because the truth of the matter is that the market is changing rapidly. And so it's not good enough anymore to just do an annual review. I would recommend that all entrepreneurs implement a quarterly review system where they're looking at how their business is going, looking at the market trends, and they're figuring out what is working, what is not working, with a mindset of adapting to where the market is going. Right. So here's what I would say. I want to give you 3 questions that might be helpful for entrepreneurs as they're thinking about this idea of how do I make the change? How do I embrace this review system where it seems like the ground is shifting underneath me? Number one, I would say is that you got to look at your business and say and consider what could possibly disrupt my business enough to change everything. Right? You had those customers, you had those businesses that previously they were depending on customers walking in the door. And with COVID and social distancing, that couldn't happen anymore. And the ones that, especially retail business, the ones that went down, they had no strategy to reach their customers outside of their customers walking inside their door. And so you got to start looking at your business and taking inventory of what are my weaknesses, what are the potential threats. And another thing to think about, and I think this is really the key, is we don't want to just be in a survival kind of mode. We want to be on the leading edge. So what can you do to place yourself and your business on the leading edge of the change that is coming? How can you become a leader? How can you begin to shift so that as the tide turns, you're on the front side of the tide turning? And then I think we also have to take a number 3, the longer and more long-term approach is what can I do to ensure that my business is not only relevant but profitable 5 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now? So the first thing I would say is that we have to get in the mindset of embracing change, because there's a book that says that most people resist most change most of the time, and I'm here to tell you that if you're resisting change, you are going to get left behind. This is a season of continuous change. The second thing that I would say, and matter of fact, I do have to give you some credit for this, because this is one of the things that I actually learned from you, Cedrick, is that we have to get into the mindset of working smarter and not harder. I think it's kind of ingrained into American culture to work hard, work hard, work hard. But we see a lot of entrepreneurs that are failing, and they are working really, really hard. What we have to do in this season, I think, is to start leveraging the talents of other people and leveraging collaboration. I mean, when you even look at us here at BEI, this is the result of the four of us coming together in collaboration. And so who can you look at in your marketplace that may provide a complementary service to what you're offering, or a complementary product to what you're offering, that maybe you could partner up together with to deliver something of a greater scale, of greater efficiency? So the second part to working smarter and not harder is to focus on efficiencies. One of the things that Cedrick, and I give you a lot of credit because I really got this from you, is that many entrepreneurs are really not succeeding at the level that they could, because they're always reinventing the wheel. They haven't gotten to the place of studying their business, looking at the inefficiencies, looking at their processes to figure out how they can begin to streamline that. And one of the ways to streamline some of the operations is with leveraging technology, right? There's a study that I read. It was in entrepreneur.com that says that the businesses that thrive in 2021 will be the ones that have embraced using technology to streamline their business. And they're predicting, there's a study by Gartner, they're predicting that by 2024, organizations will lower their operational costs by 30% through the combination of automation technologies along with redesigned operational processes. So could it be that we're working on things that are archaic, that our processes need to be overhauled, that we're doing things in 3 steps when we could be doing them in 1? All of those things are things that we have to look at as we're going into 2021, because we have to maximize efficiency so that we're working smarter and not harder. So in summary, I would say embrace change and work smarter, not harder.
Wow. Well, I absolutely love that. I'm always about working smarter versus harder. I don't want these hands to have callus on them. So, you guys all bring up some very great points and insights for this year. I had the opportunity to look at a Ken Blanchard study. If you've never heard of Ken Blanchard, Ken Blanchard's group is a very large leadership development company, and just last month they completed a multifaceted study that had over 1,000 people from the leadership development space talking about trends for 2021. And here's some of the things that they talked about. And for all of you that are in the leadership development space, you need to tune into this. You may have to replay it later and write some of this down, because it's going to be important for you in your business to understand this. It said that 85% of the respondents said that they converted last year from in-person to virtual, which makes sense, right? But they said that they asked the respondents, so what would be one of the things you would change? And 31% said that they want to see more accountability by organizations, holding people accountable for the training that they get, meaning implementing the training, not just doing it one time, right? So leaders agreed with that, okay? 19% said they want to see improvement in the quality of adapted training programs, meaning people that are bringing in training, that they improve what they're doing, making it more interactive, making it more interesting, and not just some boring off-the-shelf training, all right? 11% said that they want to see an improvement in digital skills of the trainers. So here's the beautiful part. When you add 31, 19, and 11, over 60% of the respondents said, if you gave that one extra degree and made the difference in your training, you're going to have business this year. You see, that's a beautiful thing. That's how you have to look at this data. You got to break it down to see where you have insights. Now, I'm not even done yet. Here's the beautiful thing. See, a lot of people looking at 2021 it's going to be like 2020 with COVID and all this type of stuff. Folks, let me tell you what the data says totally different. Of the top, I have the top 23 training skills that people are going to be doing in 2021. Of the top 23, 15 of them are in team collaboration, people development, and team communication. Okay, technical skills about the job itself is at the bottom of the list, and these are the people who are leading the organization saying this is what they want. Okay, and let me tell you what number one was: team building. Over 550 respondents, team building. The second was coaching. Over 500 people said coaching. Then it was leading teams. Then it's communication. Then it's leading virtually, change management, employee engagement, performance management, diversity and inclusion, trust building, resiliency, collaboration, agility, and adaptability. Now, all of those, if you're in the leadership development space, folks, listening in right now, if you can't provide any of those, then you don't need to be in this business, right? I'm just being serious. I'm just being real. But on the positive side of this, all of you guys who are listening right now tonight in the leadership development space, you provide services in those areas. So I'm going to take a point from Grant Cardone. Who has my money? They've told you they want all of the things that you offer. You see, that's what we want to bring to you this year. We want to help you take that extra degree and put it into your business. Better understand how to have more interactive events. Understand how you can make your training more interesting. Help you understand how you can become just more interesting by doing the training. Okay. Now, here's an email I got today from a very large company. I had a conference call with the CEO and their leadership team yesterday, and they said, well, by the end of this month, we're going to make a decision and we're going to let you know. Today, not even 24 hours later, I get an email from HR and says, we need a price proposal from you. Our call with you here's what they said, was very interactive and engaging, and we want to do business with you. You see, folks, you don't have to be in person to be interactive and engaging. This is what the survey is saying as well. You see, and so what I want you to know, what we all want you to know is, as an entrepreneur, you have all the goods to do this. At Black Entrepreneurs Institute, that's what our job is to help you with. That's what we want to bring to business owners today. So Angela, Damian, or Nicole, any one of you want to respond. So today we started a brand new boot camp. Today we had most of the boot campers who registered were there. Some would have to listen to the replay because it was during the middle of the day. But these type things is what we're bringing to them. And now we're going to help them understand how to get into those businesses. Some of you may have listened to my show right before this, Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and Angela was listening in. One of the things that the owner said, it's a car dealer, the owner said, Cedrick, they ask for you every month. I haven't been there because of COVID. I haven't been there since March of last year because of COVID. But she said, they ask, are you coming every month? It's not about me, folks. You can do the exact same thing. You just have to make it interesting and engaging. And that's what we want to bring to you. When we say equipping business owners to elevate their mindset and their money, that's what we're talking about right there. So, Angela, Damian, Nicole, you want to say something about our boot camp that we just started today? I know we're all excited about it, and it was a very good call. And we got some lively people that's in the boot camp today. Anyone have a comment?
Yeah, so Cedric, listen, the boot camp today was amazing. I just think I feel so fortunate that we get to do the work that we do because they came in on time. They were there right on the money on time, and they came in with lots of questions. And today, Dr. Nick had the opportunity to kick off with our foundational teaching. And they're excited. And the interesting thing is that they come from a variety of different backgrounds and different spaces, right? All are hungry because just like what you read earlier, and Angela commented on some of those trends, and certainly Dr. Nick, is that many people are seeing that need to have an additional source of income, that you can't just depend on the income from the job. And so they're trying to find ways to really monetize their genius, to be able to bring their gifting to the marketplace in a tangible way where they can profit from it. And they're coming in eager, and I love that they have questions. And I just know that with every boot camp, we get better and better and better. And some of the things that you just shared are what we're going to be looking to bring. And I can't tell you how excited I am, because I just know that as they come in with more and more questions, they just push us to get better and push us to give them more and push us to think into how we can help them solve their problems, because that's what BEI is all about. That's what it means to elevate your mindset and elevate your money, and to help them breaking false beliefs and equipping them with skills. Listen, I could go on and on, but I want to give some space to Angela and Nicole to share as well. But yeah, I'm fully fired up. And for those of you that missed January, don't worry. April's coming. So if you missed the boat, there's still time for you to get in for the next one when we open up registration.
Absolutely. Angela, Dr. Nick.
Yeah, I would go, and Damian did a great job talking about today's boot camp. I was really excited. I'm excited to start it off. We talk about laying the foundation, and just to see, as he said, the eagerness of the cohorts, ready to go, wanting the information and coming with questions, coming to say, I need help. And that's one thing a lot of times, as leaders, it's not as easy to ask for help because we want to do it all. We want to do everything. But when you're at a point to say, I need help, you don't know what you don't know. And now you have people who are wanting and willing to support you, hold you accountable, to push you out your comfort zone, push you to your limits, and truly help you get to your dreams. And I'm excited about, because everybody, like Damian said, every time we have a cohort, they take on a different kind of like their own personality. So I'm excited to see this group evolve. We started off with amazing calls. They were asking questions, and it was just an amazing thing. We even went over time because we were so excited, and the thirst for knowledge was there. So I am exactly looking forward to the next 8 weeks. And as Damian said, if you missed out this time, look for us in April, because this is what we are here to do, to help people get to the next level in their business.
Yeah, I echo everything Nicole and Damian said. I would just add that it's interesting because, as we are 2 boot camps graduated, and there's been space and time between each of those, as I kind of said earlier, just to sit back and watch. We've become friends with many of these people. We've started, working with some of the individuals in the boot camp because we got to bond with them and see their integrity, their passion for growth, their passion for their clients. And there's often synergy. So even if it's not us, maybe it's another boot camper. And I just love the fact that we've created a community. We're doing great things with content, great things with, the how-tos. We're allowing them the space and the security to practice, grow, and learn. But we're creating a community and a family. And I think that's one of the pieces that I'm really most proud of, because I know unequivocally that if anybody from one of the boot camps, even if it's not the same one, reached out to another boot camper, the support, the engagement, and the, you know, ability to help is there because we really care about each other and the impact we're trying to have. So I think that's one of the things that I see most in every boot camp, and it just continues to strengthen.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that. So we're looking forward to having some of you join our boot camp, and we're looking forward to having you join us every Tuesday night for our live show. But we also want you to become interactive with us on a live show. Throw us a question, challenge us a little bit. If you have an encouraging word, we'll accept those too. We always accept encouraging words, right? But we also want you to throw us a question. We want to be your resource to go to, your go-to resource. When you're thinking about your business, you have a question, a challenge you're trying to think through. We want to be that resource for you. Now, we know that you have plenty other mentors on this channel and other channels as well. That's okay. You can get advice from a lot of different people. We bring practical advice and experience to you. So we want to be that resource for you. Now we are, like I said, started our boot camp today. But Angela, share with our audience a little bit about the boot camp and that experience, if you will.
So our boot camp is, you know, I love the analogy, and you may have heard me say it before, but I think it's a perfect analogy. When I think about boot camp and how it was designed and how we try to carry it out is, number one, it's going to be a little intense. So it's not going to be one of those programs that you can be half present for, right? You got to either be all in or, you know, hey, I'll
just get left because we running.
Because this. I like to use the other phrase. I actually said it on your show again today. You know, certain things are not for the faint and weary, right? And this boot camp is one of them. So we are, number one, looking and targeting. So our niche, in addition to entrepreneurs and looking to help them grow, we're looking for people who really want to grow, because this is a growth-oriented environment. There's a saying that says what you focus on, you know, where your focus goes, your energy flows, right? So we set the tone on what types of things in your business you need to be focusing on. And by doing that, that is one of the reasons why we see our boot campers walk away from the boot camp with growth in those areas, you know, credibility, visibility, and even profitability, because all of our courses focus around those three things. And another thing I'll say about the boot camp is, when you leave it, your business will be fit, right? If you went to a health and fitness boot camp, at the end of the boot camp, you should be in better shape. No, so I look at it this way: no matter what shape your business was in or is in the day you start, when you're out or when you're done, you'll be in better shape. And so those would be a couple of things that I would say that really speak to what it is we're trying to do. We know all these entrepreneurs are at different levels of growth, so it's not to get everybody at a equal place, but we want that equity in the sense that everybody gets growth at least to another level or two. And so those are a couple of things that I would say about the boot camp.
Yes. Awesome. So Dr. Nick, give us a little overview of some of the topics that we go through in the boot camp.
Yeah, so as I said, we are covering the basis and giving you a foundation in the boot camp. And this is what I love. I wish I was able to take a boot camp when I started as an entrepreneur and have that type of information to help me go through the process. So what we do, we bring everybody back to the basics. So there are basic fundamentals of business entrepreneurship that every entrepreneurship needs to have in place: documents, foundation, a business plan, marketing strategy. So we first bring everybody back, no matter where you are in your business cycle, and we start with the basics. Talk about laying a solid foundation, making sure that you have that foundation in your business, because we want to be able for you not to only succeed, but to be sustainable over time. That means when anything happens, as we know, we see storms, but the home still standing is the one with the solid foundation. And that's why we start there with our business boot camp. Then from that, making sure you have a solid foundation, we move into finding your niche. You got to know who you're serving, who is your ideal customer? Who is your target market? Who is the customer that's going to buy your product or services? And finding your niche. They say that if you're out there to serve everybody, you will serve no one. So we got to hone in and make sure that you have the niche. Make sure you have the right people that you are called to for your products and services. We talk about building your brand. How are you showing up in the marketplace? What is your colors looking like? And what do those mean? And how do they work together for your business development? Then we get into the nitty gritty. We're breaking it down into financial, moving the comma, helping you understand how to earn multiple streams of income within your business. We see that within 2020 that having one stream of income is just not the way to go. It's not smart. Guys, so we got to figure out other ways, and within your business, you should be operating and having multiple stream of income within your business. And we teach you that. We show you that. We give you the goods of how to get there, how to elevate your mindset and your money, right? So we talk about not only that, but art of negotiation. How are you going in and negotiating your worth and your value, understanding that you're not getting underpaid, but going into a sales agreement and understanding I want this or I can do without that. How do we do that? How do you have that conversation? How does that look? What does that look like? So we talk about that. We get you in there and we talk about sales. Our master salesman, Damian Johnson, will tell you how to get comfortable with sales. As he will tell you that if you are an entrepreneur, you're in sales. So many people I don't like to sell, but I'm an entrepreneur. It doesn't work like that. If you are an entrepreneur, you are in sales. So you got to get comfortable. You got to come out your comfort zone. You got to learn how to learn the lingo, learn how to articulate yourself and get confidence in that. And then if we go in the pitfalls, so we take you through a process, an intensive process. So I'm excited about our cohort 3 and ready for our next class that we have coming up.
Mm-hmm. So Damian, real quickly, discuss with us the importance of the practical application sessions.
Cedrick, the practical application sessions are absolutely critical. And the easiest way to summarize it is by an old saying that goes that you cannot play any better than you practice. You cannot play any better than you practice. The reality is that many entrepreneurs are playing small simply because they lack the confidence, simply because they lack the competence. And confidence and competence come together and they increase when you practice, when you're not stepping out there for the first time, having a conversation that you have no idea how to navigate that conversation. And when a curveball comes up, it catches you off guard. And so one of the things that allows our boot campers to come out on the other side with a level of transformation is because we've created a safe environment where they can practice, where they can where it's safe to make mistakes and to learn, because we don't believe that anyone fails. You learn, and then not only do they get to learn from their own activities, but to get to learn from watching others in a safe environment as we coach them through the process. For example, Nicole talked about sales, and so we have a sales simulation. How many of you out there, as if you heard what Nicole just says, you are in the business of sales, right? If you're an entrepreneur, you're looking to make money. How many of you have practiced having a sales conversation? How many of you have practiced overcoming objections? How many of you have practiced the ways and the means of getting your customer to say yes? Same thing with negotiation. Do you know how to negotiate a contract? How do you know you're not leaving money on the table? Have you ever practiced negotiation? Here's what I'm going to say. None of us can play any better than we practice. And so if you're in a training program that's giving you good information, but you have no practice, then guess what? You don't know how to apply it. You think you do until the marketplace shows you otherwise. And we're here to help make sure that our boot campers come out with a transformation so they can go through the marketplace with a level of confidence to be able to increase their revenue and have much success.
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been an outstanding show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We want you to know that every Tuesday night at 6:30 Central Time, that means 7:30 Eastern time, we're going to be right here live with BEI for you, for your questions, for your comments, and all this type of stuff. Make sure that you stay tuned on the Empowered Living Network. We have so many things. We're excited about everything that's happening on the Empowered Living channel. So make sure you stay tuned to those and tune in. Folks, we want to help you elevate your mindset and your money. Thank you. Good night. We will see you next Tuesday.